Evidence for the truth of Islam. 1. The scientific miracles in the Holy Quran. The Quran, which was revealed 14 centuries ago, mentioned facts only recently discovered or proven by scientists. This proves without doubt that the Quran must be the literal word of God, revealed by him to the Prophet Muhammad. Some examples follow. In the Holy Quran, God speaks about the stages of man's embryonic development, and certainly did we create clay. Then we placed him as a sperm drop in a firm lodging. Then we made the sperm drop into a clinging clot, and we made the clot into a lump of flesh, and we made from the lump bones, and we covered the bones with flesh, then we developed him into another creation. So blessed is Allah, the best of creators. Almost all of this knowledge was not discovered until many centuries later. This proves to me that Muhammad must have been a messenger of God. This is how the Quran has described mountains. God has said in the Quran, "Have we not made the earth as a bed, and the mountains as pegs?" Modern earth sciences have proven that mountains have deep roots under the surface of the ground. The origin of the universe. God has said in the Quran, "Have those who disbelieved not earth were a joined entity. And we separated them and made from water every living thing. Then will they not believe?" Dr. Alfred Kroner is one of the world's renowned geologists. He is professor of geology and the chairman of the Department of Geology at the Institute of Geosciences, Johannes Gutenberg University, Mainz, Germany. He said, thinking where Muhammad came from, "I think it is almost impossible that he could have known about things like the common origin of the universe, because scientists have only found out within the last few years, with very complicated and advanced technological methods. The cerebrum." God has said in the Quran about one of the evil unbelievers who forbade the Prophet Muhammad from praying at the Kaaba. No. If he does not stop, we will take him by the nasiyah, front of the head, a lying, sinful nasiyah, front of the head. Why did the Quran describe the front of the head as being lying and sinful? Scientists have only discovered these functions of the prefrontal area in the last 60 years, according to Professor Keith L. Moore. Seas and rivers. Modern science has discovered that in the places where two different seas meet, there is a barrier between them. This barrier divides the two seas so that each sea has its own temperature, salinity, and density. The Holy Quran mentioned that there is a barrier between two seas that meet and that they do not transgress. He released the two seas side. Between them is a barrier so neither of them transgresses. God has said, "Do you not see that Allah then he brings them together. Then he makes them into a mass. And you see the rain emerge from within it. And he sends down from the sky, mountains of clouds within which is hail. And he strikes with it whom he wills and averts it from whom he wills. The flash of its lightning almost takes away the eyesight. Allah alternates the night and the day. Indeed, in that is a lesson for those who have vision. Meteorologists have only recently come to know these details of cloud formation, structure, and function by using advanced equipment like planes, satellites, computers, balloons. 2. The great challenge to produce one chapter like the chapters of the Holy Quran. God has said in the Quran, "And if you are in doubt about what we have revealed, the Quran, to our worshipper, Muhammad, then produce a chapter like it, and call your witnesses, supporters and helpers, besides God if you are truthful." That the Arabs at the time of Muhammad were a very eloquent people who used to compose beautiful and excellent poetry. But they failed to do so. 3. Biblical prophecies on the advent of Muhammad, the Prophet of Islam. The biblical prophecies on the advent of the Prophet Muhammad are evidence of the truth of Islam for people who believe in the Bible. In Deuteronomy 18, Moses stated that God told him, "I will raise up for them a prophet like you from among their brothers, I will put my words in his mouth, and he will tell them everything I command him. If anyone does not listen to my words that the prophet speaks in my name, I myself will call him to account." 4. The verses in the Quran that mention future events which later came to pass. An example of the events foretold in the Quran is the victory of the Romans over the Persians within 3 to 9 years after the Romans were defeated by the Persians. God has said in the Quran, "The Romans have been defeated in the Near East land, to the Arabian Peninsula, and they, after their defeat, will be victorious within 3 to 9 years." 5 Miracles performed by the Prophet Muhammad. Many miracles were performed by the Prophet Muhammad by God's permission. These miracles were witnessed by many people. For example, when the unbelievers in Mecca asked the Prophet Muhammad to show them a miracle, he showed them the splitting of the moon. 6. The simple life of Muhammad. If we compare the life of Muhammad before his mission as a prophet and his life after he began his mission as a prophet, we will conclude that it is beyond reason to think that Muhammad was a false prophet, who claimed prophethood to attain material gains, greatness, glory, or power. His life was an amazing model of simplicity and humbleness.